Welcome to Next-Gen AI Lab, the channel where I share the latest AI tools to help you learn faster, work smarter, and create without limits. What if an AI didn't just give you answers, but actually taught you? Guided learning in Gemini. Advanced V3 does exactly that. It asks you questions, checks your understanding, and explains concepts step by step, breaking down enzymes so they finally make sense, guiding you to outline essays in minutes, and teaching the exposure triangle with visuals you'll never forget. And yes, I'll also show you how to unlock V3 free for the first month and cancel anytime. Let's dive in. All right, here's the part you've been waiting for. How do you get access to V3 completely for free? Let me walk you through it step by step. First, head over to this link, gemini.google.com/subscription. You can type it directly into your browser or just click the link I've added below this video. Once you're on that page, click through to the subscription option. You'll see that Google is offering Gemini Advanced, the Pro version, for free for the first month. No payment up front and no risk. But here's the key. V3 isn't included in the basic Pro plan by default. So what you need to do is check the details section. Once you're ready, just click Get Started. Choose a payment method to activate the trial. But don't worry, you won't be charged during the first month, and you can cancel anytime with just one click. And that's it. Once you're done, you now have access to Gemini Advanced, including the powerful V3 text-to-video model. Imagine you're a student studying enzymes in biology, a rather complex topic with lots of details. We'll see how guided learning can help. In Flash, you can use this feature in both the regular and Pro versions. Here, I'm choosing Pro because it's more effective. I go into Guided Learning, select the topic of enzymes, and ask the question, I know enzymes are catalysts, but I don't understand why their shape is so important. Can you explain that part to me? Asking a specific question like this helps me stay focused on my goal. Maybe I need to review quickly for a test tomorrow, or maybe I just want to start learning about enzymes from scratch. Now, I'll send this question and see how the system responds. Of course, the connection between an enzyme's shape and its function is the key to understanding how they work. Think of an enzyme as a very specific lock, and the molecule it works on, called the substrate, as the key. Only the right key fits into the lock, just like only the correct substrate can bind to the enzyme's active site. This specific three-dimensional shape creates a special pocket, the active site, where the substrate fits perfectly. This lock-and-key model explains why enzymes are so selective and why their shape is critical for speeding up chemical reactions. If the key doesn't fit the lock, you can't open the door. Similarly, the substrate can't bind to the active site, so the enzyme won't be able to help the reaction occur for long. This is the lock-and-key idea. I'm not a biology expert myself, so I'm learning as I go while answering this question. Instead of imagining a rigid lock, think of the enzyme's active site as a memory-shaped glove and the substrate as your hand. I really like how this example breaks the concept down into smaller, easier-to-understand parts. Let's try that here. It goes back to normal and gives me some positive feedback. It's like you're chatting with a teacher who asks you questions, and you can ask questions along the way too. So, putting it all together, we've set up a few things. Now, let's see what we've learned. It's going to give me another question now, and if I get something wrong, it'll help me with it. If I use Gemini without guided learning, let's see the difference here. We'll put in the same question. Notice how it just goes ahead and gives me the answer. It does give a bit of positive feedback here, but it also breaks down all the different points. However, This might be a bit overwhelming to take in all at once. It doesn't try to see what the student already knows or what you're trying to learn. I do like how it adds videos and images, but it doesn't go on to start asking questions to check what you understand. Okay, let's switch gears. What about a more nuanced topic? Something you might write a paper on for social studies or health. Let's explore the connection between teen mental health and physical activity. I need to write a paper on the connection between teen mental health and physical activity. Where should I start? So, a lot of students might feel like this. They have their research topic, and we're taking a look at this about how getting help to write a paper. They're trying to figure out where we start. So let's send this off and see how guided learning will help us. Now, notice that it's not writing the essay for me. It's trying to get the learner to think. This is actually a really important topic. The connection between how we move our bodies and how we feel mentally is a powerful one. There's a lot of research on this. To start, we could approach it from different angles. We could explore the science, the specific benefits, or the real-world challenges. Which of these starting points feels like the best fit for you? So I'm thinking, you know what? I think it's number 3. I mean, I could type it out, but I'm just going to put number 3, and I think it'll understand what I mean. So, great focus. Awesome. Notice how it breaks things down, getting the student or learner to think about the essay. It's not writing the essay for them. It's just helping them understand how to write a good essay. So even when you look at the next question, which of these body paragraph topics, the biological, psychological, or social connection, feels like the most interesting place for you to start gathering information? I'll put that through. You can imagine a group of students in a classroom having access to this, where they can go through and each work on their own essay while getting feedback on it. This could be a really great product for students to use. Finally, let's see how guided learning can help with a creative passion. Many of us want to take better photos, but the technical concepts can be intimidating. Let's say you're a beginner photographer trying to move beyond your camera's auto mode and finally understand the exposure triangle. I want to understand the exposure triangle in photography. Visual illustrations really help me learn. I just put that in now. Sometimes it gives illustrations, sometimes it doesn't. So this time, I'm just trying it by adding that in as well. Let's go ahead and send this. As you can see in the illustration, the exposure triangle consists of 3 elements: aperture, shutter speed, and ISO. The important thing to remember is that these 3 settings are always connected. When you change one element, you'll often need to adjust one or both of the others to maintain the correct exposure. Would you like me to explain each element in more detail? So you've got the idea. From writing an essay to explaining a concept for a creative passion like photography, you can use guided learning for just about anything. That's the magic of guided learning. Not just giving answers, but making you smarter every step. Tap like, hit subscribe to Next Gen AI Lab, and let's keep learning smarter together.